Good morning, you guys. This is Lisa with Desert Dragon Works, and I have been having a bad day. Let me just say, and by a bad day, I mean it's not a bad day by most people's standards, but I've been on some medication lately, some thyroid stuff it's making me a little crazy, and I had a run in with the credit company, and anyway, long story short, I've been busy listing things on eBay, but I decided to do something fun. So what I want to do is show you guys one of my crazy collections, which is, I bet you can't guess what it is. I love teddy bears. I love artist-made, one-of-a-kind teddy bears. I love all the other ones too. Some of these are ones that I have listed on eBay, but I wanted to show you the ones that are most precious to me. I still have, a big pile of them in the other room that still need to get listed. But anyway, a short note about me. My daughter and I used to buy, sell, and trade Beanie Babies back during those days. Beanie Babies and then the little attic treasures, like these little jointed ones here. And we did really well. As a matter of fact, I paid for my wedding that year, back in 1998. And that was fun, and I got to meet a whole lot of people that did the same, and I still have them as dear friends today. So anyway, I feel like I'm going through that all over again. But I kind of wanted to tell you a little bit about artist bears, and I don't know, maybe you learn something, but if nothing else, I'm going to really enjoy showing off my babies. So I just have them kind of, no real order. This one is Marmalade, and this is a Rustberry manufactured type of bear. He doesn't have jointed arms, but he's just delightfully floppy. I just love him. This one back here, this is from the North American Bear Company. He's from a Gone with the Wind series. So this is Rhett Butler, and they spell it Butlear, something silly like that. But isn't he just dapper? Then I got this little guy down here. He is from Germany, and he does have jointed limbs. He's from a company called Sun Kids, I do believe. One thing about jointed bears and handmade teddy bears is they'll usually have pads that are a different material than what they're made out of. They're usually made out of mohair, which is a kind of a soft, scratchy thing. This particular guy, I have no idea. He has no tags. I'm assuming that he is an artist bear as well, made by someone. He's got these wonderful little velvet brown feet, but no signing, no marking, nothing like that. I've got a couple of down here. Let's see, this little guy. I think, yeah, he's a Boyd's bear. I just dig his little sunglasses. And this one, this is Quill. He's got this feathery fur that is just, and Quill is a Rustberry manufactured bear. And I'm going to move him over a little bit so I can show you this guy. You see what it says here on his foot? Something Specials, 1992. I think it's Binen Bears in the Attic. So I haven't been able to find out a whole lot about him, but he is definitely made by an artist bear crafter, I guess you would call them. You can see where she's shaved some of the mohair around his face here, and he is definitely one of my favorites. He is very heavy. And when you pick up the artist bears that are that large, a lot of times it really feels like you're holding a human baby. They have such substance to them. And, I could walk around holding him all the time. So I've got a few more down here that are manufactured bears. This is a little Boyd's collection bear. His name is Morgan B. Thumblover, I think. And I just think he's adorable. He's so cute. Here are a couple of the Thai attic treasures. Now, I would really love to reconnect my collection of attic treasures. I used to have the whole line of them, and I don't believe they make them anymore. But this is Rafaela. This guy, I forget his name. Oh, this is Beverly. This is Azure. And funny, when I bought this guy, when I found him, he was wearing a leather jacket, like an Elvis or a motorcycle jacket, which didn't come with him, but it's darling. This one is a jointed bear, and I forget, I think she's a Rustberry. Oh, no, she's from Barrington Collection. I don't remember if that's a Boyd's bear or not, but she's so pretty. And I'm looking for, there's a little shorter one that goes with her, like a little smaller version. This young lady here with the bell around her neck, as you can see, it says Birka, which I think is, I don't know if it's the manufacturer or the artist. Oh, no. Yeah. Dana Birka is the artist, and this little lady was made in 1996. She is another mohair artist crafted bear. You can see where she has been shaved to give her some character. And she's jointed, of course. And she also, a lot of them will have a hump, like this guy here. You see his hump? And it just makes them so much more endearing, so that they kind of lump over and they're kind of floppy. I forgot to look at her tag. And I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but I think so. But she's a growler, and if I can get her to work, she growls. Well, that was kind of a whiny growl, but she's got a growler put in so that she'll roar when you turn her upside down. But she comes out with more of a, she sounds more like a cow than a growl. German mohair, ultra suede paws, glass blown eyes, hand stitched nose. So these were not made to be given to small children, because these eyes are glass and they're hand blown and hand mounted. This little nose is hand stitched. And that's why they call them artist bears, because it truly does take an artist, not just a seamstress, but an artist to come up with a concept of a bear like that, and then to execute that concept takes some creativity. So that's why I love them so, so much. Alrighty, Princess Bear, Princess Beanie. Out of all the beanies that I had bought, sold, traded, given away, and eventually parted with, this was the one that I really missed the most. This was like the holy grail of beanie collectors for so long, for whatever reason. And this particular one, she doesn't have her tag, like her little heart tag. So I don't know, she's not worth anything in the collector market per se, but to me she's worth $1 million because she's my favorite. And she's got a special tag to where I believe it's the polyester fiber and the PVC pellets. Heck, I don't remember. Something about what she's made of. That particular run at the factory apparently was more rare than anything else. So, but whatever. I was gifted with this gorgeous little lady not long ago, and honestly, it made me cry. It doesn't now. Just the memories. Anyway, here we go. Another little manufactured bear, which I haven't even taken the Goodwill tag off of. I don't even remember. Oh, she's a Gund bear with her little baby. See, now you'll think I'm nuts. This lady's sitting around with all of her teddy bears, and she's crying. She's going crazy. No, I don't do it every day, promise. Paddington Bear. How can you have a teddy bear collection without a Paddington? This guy is special because he actually came from Harrods, the big shopping place in London, the shopping center. Or I don't know if it's a store or if it's a great big mall, or I think it's a store, but I think it's huge by European standards. I don't know. I've never been there, but I do know that that makes him special because he's bona fide. He actually comes from London. Okay, now this is another one of my favorites. Can you tell by looking at this one what it's made of? He's actually made out of beaver fur. And let me tell you, he is luxurious. He is so, so soft. I don't remember. Oh yeah, he is signed on the bottom. He was made, it's kind of rubbed off. I can't really tell. But he was handmade by a lady, and if I remember right, she's up in Ontario, Canada. Her last name is Bruce, so he is a Bruce Bear. And as you can see, his original price was $160. So here's all the information in there about him. And honestly, that's what I really love about these guys, is that the artists truly, truly put their hearts and soul into it. And they want the people who adopt the bears to go home with all the information they can. It makes it special. And I was going to show you this one over here. $232 was her original price tag. I guarantee you I did not pay that kind of money for those guys, although at the time when they were made and how collectible they were and everything, I probably would have. I never had the money to buy collectible bears like that, so now that the market has saturated a bit and the prices have gone down a bit, they're still expensive, believe me, but you know, now that I can kind of afford them, every now and then I find them in my thrifting and whatnot, and I pick one up, and it just makes my day. So, okay, we're almost to the end. This is Boris, who is a heritage bear from London, the finest toy shop in the world, apparently. He's got a little Hamleys thing, and he wears his little tag so proudly. And, you know, he's one of the ones that just, I mean, he's not an artist bear, but something about him I just love. He does have jointed limbs, but he's got this awesome sort of real looking fur. He to me just really looks like a brown bear, except real brown bears have a little lighter brown right here, but he's got this reddish eyes. I just think he's sexy. He's just a neat little guy. So there's that dude. Now, over here, I just want to show you, my love for the teddy bears and the plush is not limited to bears. I have this bunny that I totally fell in love with. Nothing in the world do I know about her except for that she's vintage and she originally came from JCPenney. I don't know, I mean, I guess I guess that Velcro was invented in the 50s, 60s and everything, but she does have Velcro. And that's not really something that you saw. There were lots of bears that had babies like this, but not usually with Velcro back in the day. They were usually just kind of sewn together that way. But I just love her baby. She's just awesome. And she's been around for a long time. She's been gently, gently loved. You know, she didn't have slobber all over her. She didn't smell like a nursery. She's been put on a shelf and maybe shown off every now and then until I found her and brought her home with me. So here I go, crazy lady again. Okay, and here are a couple of other two bunnies that I just love. They are Thai bunnies. Thai Corporation, like the Beanie Babies and everything, but they're just so floppy. And I never saw them on the shelves at the time. They're retired now, of course. But at the time this particular line was being made, I probably had gotten out of it and was moving on to other things, like working 3 jobs to to take care of my family. So when I see these ones, I think I'm going to just have to run with it and grab them. This one, he wasn't manufactured with this little black cape, but it's like, yeah, that's cool. A cape on a rabbit. I mean, like a magician. Instead of the magician pulling a rabbit out of the hat, I want to see the rabbit pulling a magician out of the hat. So anyway, okay, so now we're at the point. Don't let me forget this fella. He is a white wolf. I don't know much about him except for that he comes from this company called Avante by Applause. He's like a special edition, but that's all I know. I haven't been able to find out much. He's older. He's a little dingy, but he's not dirty. He has some areas where he's actually been airbrushed to make him look more realistic, like there and like on his little paws. I thought it was dirt at first, and then I was like, oh no, that's supposed to be that way. So just love him. He's so cool. But I want to show you the 2 bears that I have in my collection that I would not take any amount of money for. And that's these guys. This dude and this dude. And let me tell you what's so special. This one was my teddy bear. So many memories with this little guy. He went through so many operations with me. I had a lot of operations on my feet as a kid. and they would always let me take my teddy bear into the operating room, at least from what I remember. I'm assuming they took him away once they had me asleep, but and you see on the back he's sewn up. There's a family story that he had gotten a hole and his stuffing was coming out. We were on vacation with my aunt and my cousins and everybody. And so my aunt pulled out her needle and thread and was going to sew him up, and I threw a fit. I was 4 years old, and I was like, Aunt Gail, you killed him. You killed my teddy. So he is very, very special. I don't know how I've managed to hang on to this guy for so many years, but yeah, I called him Sit Up Teddy, except he really can't do that very well now. It looks like he's getting ready to throw something at somebody. And this one is Peter's bear from when he was a little guy. So I just thought it was so cool that Peter and I both have our bears from when we were children. Oh, I just love it. So I'm going to try to get them put into some sort of a special little display that we can set up somewhere, like, a shadow box type thing. Anyway, I will stop blabbering at you now. Thank you so much for listening to me. Thank you for putting up with my cray-cray today. I'm telling you, this medicine they have me on it's a thyroid medication. Whew, it's a whole different kind of roid rage. And it's making me feel a lot more energetic, but boy, am I irritable. And boy, do things hit me the wrong way. So I couldn't think of any better way to get through a day like that than to just cuddle around with a bunch of teddy bears and, of course, my Bindi Boo. Bin Bin, come here. She's like, I can't. I'm looking out the door. Ricky's outside. Jester's down here asleep. Bindi, when Ricky is outside, sits there and stares at him. It's like, she's like, we need to either let Ricky in or you need to let me out. But I got to be careful because we have lots of big birds outside, like great horned owls and some eagles and things like that. So she weighs about as much as a skunk, and they could easily carry her off. And other dogs in the neighborhood have been carried off. Ricky, I'm not worried about because he stays right there by that door and isn't out for very long. But I do need to let him in. So blah, blah, blah. Thank you so much, guys. Once again, if you enjoyed all my crazy today, give me a thumbs up, and I hope you'll come back next time. I'm planning to do some more crafting videos, and I still need to show you how to make those little flowers for scrapbooking out of your used like baby wipes and paper towels and that sort of thing. So anyway, thanks so much. Happy crafting. Talk to you soon.